There's a kind of elegance that never asks permission, it simply arrives. Timeless, unhurried, unforgettable. Today, we're stepping back into an era where a mother of the bride didn't just attend the wedding, she graced it, turning heads not with volume but with presence. Imagine walking into that ceremony and feeling like every eye in the room softens just a little because they can sense it too. That quiet, unmistakable confidence that only comes from a woman who knows exactly who she is. That's what vintage style gives you. Not a costume, not a throwback, a presence. Welcome back to Elegance Fashion Style, where true elegance is never about size. And today, it's never about the era either. We're bringing vintage glamour into modern celebrations, with looks made for both golden afternoons and candlelit evenings. So pour your coffee, settle in, and let's fall in love with fashion's most romantic chapter, reimagined for the woman, standing at the heart of the most important day of her daughter's life. Before we begin, let's talk about why vintage style endures. It's not nostalgia for nostalgia's sake. It's about a time when clothing was made to last, tailored to flatter every curve, and designed to make a woman feel like the most important person in the room. Because on this day you are. Vintage isn't about looking backward. It's about borrowing the best of every decade and making it yours. There's a reason these silhouettes have survived generations of trends. They were built on structure, on craftsmanship, on the belief that a woman's shape deserved to be honored, not hidden. And that philosophy, it still holds up beautifully today. Let's start where the sun is soft and the garden is blooming. Daytime weddings call for a different kind of vintage. Magic. Think tea-length dresses in dusty rose and champagne, delicate lace sleeves that catch the light, and silhouettes inspired by the golden days of old Hollywood glamour, reimagined for today's woman. Picture a fitted bodice, a flared skirt that moves like poetry with every step, paired with a wide-brimmed hat and gloves that whisper sophistication, rather than shout it. Add a strand of pearls at the collarbone, a soft powder blue clutch, and low block heels that let you dance through the receiving line without a second thought. This isn't costume. This is heritage. Worn with confidence, worn with grace. Soft romance for garden ceremonies, for outdoor garden weddings. Lean into airy fabrics, chiffon overlays, botanical prints, and soft ruffled hemlines that move gently with the breeze. A vintage-inspired sun hat isn't just beautiful, it's practical, shielding you from the sun while framing your face like something out of an old romance film. Finish with delicate drop earrings and a pastel parasol for those golden hour photographs that become family treasures. Evening calls for drama. Think jewel-toned velvet gowns and emerald and sapphire, beaded bodices that shimmer under chandelier light, and floor-length silhouettes with a nod to 1940s old-world glamour. Add a faux fur stole, a statement brooch passed down through generations, and suddenly, you're not just a guest of honor. You're the moment everyone remembers. For a more formal cathedral wedding, consider drawing from Victorian elegance. High necklines softened with lace, structured long sleeves, and rich fabrics like damask or jacquard in deep wine or forest green. It's regal without being stiff, commanding without competing with the bride. This is the look for the mother who carries herself like the matriarch she truly is. Think of the grand cathedral itself. Soaring ceilings, stained glass, centuries of tradition held within stone walls. Your look should rise to meet that grandeur. A structured bodice with delicate boning gives you posture and presence, while a modest train-inspired hemline sweeps behind you as you walk the aisle, echoing the architecture around you without ever upstaging the bride's own gown. Consider a high lace collar, reminiscent of the brooches and cameos worn by women of distinction generations ago. Long sleeves in sheer illusion lace add romance without ever revealing too much. A nod to modesty that somehow feels more powerful, more commanding than anything overtly bold. Layer in a fitted velvet jacket over a jacquard underdress for texture and depth, so that as the light shifts through stained glass, your outfit seems to shift with it. They're symbols of family, of legacy, of everything this day represents. Finish the look with gloves in soft kid leather, and a small structured clutch that feels like it was handed down from your own mother's wedding day. This silhouette isn't about turning heads with sparkle. It's about commanding a room through sheer presence. It's the look of a woman who has raised a family, weathered seasons of life, and now stands at the threshold of watching her daughter begin her own story. Deep wine, forest green, midnight navy. These aren't just colors. They're statements of quiet, unshakable strength. Because the Victorian era understood something we sometimes forget. That true formality isn't about being the center of attention. It's about carrying yourself with such grace that attention finds you anyway. Now, a few secrets to making vintage work for you, not against you. Choose fabrics with structure. Velvet, brocade, and silk. Charmeuse hold their shape beautifully through hours of hugging and photographs. Stick to one statement vintage element per outfit. Either the silhouette or the accessories should whisper vintage, not both shouting at once. And always tailor to your body. Vintage style was never one size fits all. It was made to fit you, specifically, beautifully. Because being the mother of the bride isn't just a role you play for one day. It's a milestone. A love story of your own. Watching the woman you raised become someone's forever. And what you wear should hold that same weight of meaning. Beautiful, timeless, and entirely you. Every stitch, every fold, every button tells a story. Let yours be one of grace, strength, and quiet radiance. Because the way you carry yourself, that's the real heirloom you're passing down. So whether you're walking into a sunlit afternoon ceremony or a candlelit evening reception, remember this: vintage elegance never goes out of style, and neither do you. If today's journey through timeless glamour left you feeling a little more inspired, a little more excited for your own moment in the spotlight, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss the next chapter of vintage-inspired style. Drop a comment below and tell us which era spoke to you the most: the soft romance of the garden day looks, or the glittering drama of an evening in velvet and gold. We read every single one, and your stories inspire the looks we bring you next. And if you know another mother of the bride, preparing for her own unforgettable day, share this with her, because every woman deserves to feel like the icon she already is. Until next time, stay elegant, stay confident, and stay unapologetically you.